This is a day that's probably circled on many people's calendars. It is opening day at Saratoga, though I noticed some places they still have it listed as Belmont at Saratoga. And I don't know what it is about those East Coasters. They either don't want to get the races started on time or they don't want to put the scratches out on time. Anything is on time there, Terry. We're probably going to get some scratches as the day goes on because they're the MTO horses weren't even scratched, even though the track is listed as fast and firm.
Yeah.
So free picks today, guaranteed tip sheet. There's a link in the description down below. Make sure you take advantage of them for Horseshoe Indianapolis. Again, you can find that link in the description below. During the show, we will reference our smart sheets. See them right here. There is a link to the smart sheets. You can only get them here in the description on YouTube as well. There is also an explanation on how they work. A lot of good stuff yet to come, some of which semi-rolling out today in my comments that you will see over at horseracingtoday.net when the show is over. Make sure there's a great story here from our good friend who is a photographer, Nancy Wilkinson. You'll see the information right there about the Los Al Derby, as well as today's picks. You'll see them right there in the middle. A race replay, all of our commentary. Again, some new stuff that I've added. You'll see them in my picks today here. And while you're there, hit that HRT gear button. And right there, you'll see 20% off everything. So you can get a 5 hat, a 3 shirt, a 5 shirt, whatever it is that you like to support the show. And another way to support the show, there is a link in the description on YouTube to a tip jar. All right, all of that's out of the way. Nobody's here for any of that stuff. Well, we're here for the tip jar. We won't lie about that. Let's get started. The opener for the 2025 summer campaign at the Spa.
All right, we're going to go to 1 mile and an eighth in the first race. It's a purse, $36,000, and it's a $17,000, $500 claiming race, but it's for 3-year-olds and upwards, which have not won 2 races.
Yes, and the track bikes, dirt sprints at Saratoga tend to favor early speed, and the horses that are on the inside to middle posts there, Terry. So taking a look at that information, do we have any horses that are on the inside that got a great chance to get to that lead?
Well, yeah, that one shows lots of speed. If it has no problems getting that starting gate, should get to that quarter pole first.
Yes, indeed. We see a couple of horses here, Terry, have already hit par for this level, that being 87. Who are they?
Yeah, the 1 and the 2 have hit par. And also the 6 came within 3 points of doing that for this race. And in today's races, the 1, 2, and 5 have shown that they have a chance to either equal or exceed the speed per number for this race, especially that 2.
Mm-hmm. And then as far as the race shape, you see a lot of horses that want to be forward, middle forward. That could favor closers, Terry. Looks like that 5 horse, 10-point late pace advantage. Every 5 points equals 1 length, so about 2 length late speed edge there, Terry. 2 horse is your only class dropper. 2 horse also looks like he's got a good ride today.
He sure does. He got the best jockey. 3 seems to have the best trainer, but I think the best jockey trainer combination is that 2.
Could be, yeah, flat on for sure. All right, Terry, top 4 total pace horses. Usually the winner comes out of that 2, 5, 6, and 1. And who are your winners to get started at Saratoga today?
Well, I like that 1 horse, Omi Island. Drops in class. His best start speed is fast among today's starters. He's actually tied with another horse, and he has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 20% of the dirt races he has a horse competing in. Then I like number 2, Flat On. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the races in the second race after claiming a horse, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. The 5, I'm Solo in Love, is my 3rd choice, has the highest last speed rating, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. My long shot is Burn Notice. Won his last race at Finger Lakes, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No bets for me in this race.
I'm going to start off with the 5 horse in here. Solo in Love enters with the highest recent speed figure, and as we saw, has all that late pace there. Terry also dropping in class a little bit. Number 1, Omi Island. That horse, strong early speed at the distance, and being inside could help under a heavy ride. If it gets out on the lead by itself, look out. Flat On comes off a layoff, Mr. Terry. High percentage Barn could improve, second on the bench. And then finally, Prince of Truth. The blinkers go back on. Fitness is still a concern for that guy, and we'll see what happens from there if he gets a good trip. I'm going to put $25 to win. We have $100 to wager in our day. It's what we call Benny in the Bets. We also have our Don Johnson pick fours, the first of which will come up in race number 2. Who do we have as far as the rules for this one, Terry?
All right. So in race 2, we're going to go a mile and an eighth, and it's going to be a $12,500 claiming race. And it's a $34,000 purse for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
Yes, the track bias in these this tends to favor closers, Terry. Mid-pack or stalkers with a strong late pace for race number 2. I don't know what they got going on here, but all right. So race number 2, Terry, we're looking for horses with some late pace, perhaps in race number 2. So who's got the most late pace?
Well, according to the figures here, it looks like that 2, and then the one entry 1 and 1A has the best late pace.
Mm-hmm.
Tongue-tied.
Well, that happens sometimes, Rob.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
All right. So you can see here, Terry, our race shape. We got pretty much wants to be middle of forward. I call these blob races. So this one really could set up for a horse that gets a good trip.
That's right. Take a look there. That 5 has the best percentage as far as being comfortable in this race. It has a really good C-zone, 88%. They all show some kind of C-zone numbers, but that's the best.
Yeah, C-zone, we take our projected early pace right here, and then we overlap it with the horse's best races and see how likely today's race will match their best performances. So in 882 times out of 1,000, Trade Secret saw this race set up nicely for him. All these horses, except for the 2 horse, have hit par, Terry, but the 2's been within 2 points of that speed figure of 83. Looks like race 1 might get started pretty quickly, Terry. So let's talk about our picks for race number 2.
Okay, so I like in this race the 3 tone up, finishing the money in 3 races out of 4 starts at Saratoga. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 32% of the races when taking a horse down 2+ classes, and a high percentage winning jockey. The 1 ran second in her last race at Aqueduct. She has the highest last speed rating, and her best third speed is fast among today's starters. The 6 is my third choice, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 32% of the races when taking a horse down 2+ classes, and she switches a high percentage winning jockey. And then number 4, Kiss Me Hardy, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 18% of the claiming races that she has a horse that she trains in. And my first Miami Vice Don Johnson pick 4 is the 1 with the 3-4-6, with the 1-3-4, with the 3-7, with the 1-3-5-7, a $48 ticket.
All right, you got the 1, but somehow you have the 3 as your top pick here, Terry. I don't know how that works. Did you mean the single 3?
Yeah, no, the 3 is my top pick. Yeah.
Yeah, but in your pick 4, it starts with the 3, with the 1.
Well, yeah, but then I also have the 3, 4, and 6.
So I see, because this 1 here is an accident. Is what you have. Because you see, it goes 1 and then 1A. I get it.
Yeah, just the entry. So
I would put a comma in there. That's all.
Sorry.
Otherwise, it looks like a race break to me.
Yeah.
I like the 1 horse, Quito. I guess you get a 2-for-1 special with that one, right there, Mr. Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Consistent efforts, versatile style, good late kick. Number 6, Ikus. I guess that's how you pronounce that. Sneaky, good leg pace. Should appreciate the firm going today. Number 3, toned up. Logical short price favorite in here, Terry, with top connections. And then I'm going to go with Trade Secret as a long shot. The 5 horse needs to avoid pace meltdown, but owns some tactical speed. I'm going to go 1-3-5-6 with the 3-4. Of course, you get the 1A in that group too. 2-5-7, and then 1, 4, 5, and 7 for my pick 4. The first race about to get cracking over here, Terry. They're loading up in there. Let's see if we can find any value in the odds. Right now, the 2 horse is your favorite at 8-5, and we have it at 5-2, so a little bit too pricey there. Maybe the 1 horse. Hold on, the 2 horse. We have it at 91. The 1 horse, I'm in the wrong race. Let's go back. All right. 2 horse, 8-5, pretty close. The 4 horse, the 1 horse exactly well priced. The 5 horse at 5-2, no. Looks like the value might be in some of the long shots. So all of the favorites taking on some money in here. Doesn't look like from a betting standpoint that any value can be found in the most likely winners, according to the folks on the ground in New York and all across the country that are making their wagers. And they're getting ready to go for 1 1/8 miles on the opener. I know I said it was a sprint. I made a mistake. It's 1 1/8 miles. All right, Terry, they are off and running in sunny Saratoga. And as they get cooking, it does look like right now the 1 and the 6, but that 5, no, not the 5. It looks like who's dragging that horse up the field there? Now, one of them horses really got pushed up the course. It looks like the 2 kind of pushed the 6 out, or maybe it was the 3. Those dancing squares that they have all the time, Terry, they always seem to get out of order, no?
Yes.
So they have it right now, 23 and 81 for the opening quarter, which seems to me to be a little bit on the fast side for 1 1/8. It'd be interesting to see what they do. So you got the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 6 kind of running about 4 lengths apart from each other, all kind of up towards the front. And that 5 horse, I'm Solo in Love. That guy's way in the back. Opening half in 48 and 22, so they got to slow it down a little bit. And right now the running order is kind of staying the same. That 5 horse, way in the back, is down. Did he just decide to take the day off or what? They're coming around the turn. They're making their way home. And as they come around the stretch, you get the 1 and the 2. They continue to dominate early on. 2 horses in there. The 4 horses making a coming at the end. I think the 5 horse just took the day off. I'm Solo in Love with that late pace. Well, he's swinging wide now. I don't know that he's got enough ground to make up the what's going on with the horses up front. He's going to try, though, Terry. Let's see if he can get up there and get it done, because those other horses up front look like they're starting to slow down a little bit. 5 horses coming with some aggression. 2 horses taking the lead. I don't know that there's enough track for that 5 horse to run him down. He's sure going to give it a try, but it doesn't look like he's going to get it done. It looks like it's going to go the favorite, the 2, then the 5 with that late pace, then the 1, and then the 4.
Oh, good.
5, 1, and 4. Terry with the superfecta, and basically that's the start of Saratoga.
All right.
We're off to race number 3, Terry. Let's talk about the specifics for this.
Okay, so in this race here, we're going to go to 6.5 furlongs, and it's a grade 3 victory ride race. It's a purse of $175,000 for fillies 3-year-olds.
So 6.5 furlongs. I completely screwed up the track bias, Terry. I'd imagine, like we see pretty regularly at Saratoga, the track bias, particularly for sprints, will favor speed. So let's talk about the speed for race number 3.
Okay, well, in 3, you can see the 2 and the 3 are pretty darn close in speed numbers. So they could go head-to-head out of that gate to that first quarter pole.
Yes, and then we see a couple of interesting things here. Echo Sound, the 3 horse, a 3-point last race speed figure advantage over the rest of the field. Again, we talk about Andrew Beyer saying anytime a horse has a 3-point advantage or more, those horses definitely merit your consideration. As for horses that have hit par, Terry, everybody but one has come close or actually topped that number of 94 for the stakes race.
That's right. You can see there that all of them but the 5 has hit it, except for, as you say, the 2 got within 2 points of doing that. And as far as what happens today, all of them got some kind of a percentage that shows that they could equal or exceed the speed par number, and they all pretty close to the percentages. So it just depends.
Well, Par Plus, we do 1,000 simulations again, where we project out speed figures. And in the case of Beauty Reigns, 450 out of 1,000 times, our simulation produced a number of 94 or better. Here we see the horses that showed some improved pace last time out, either in the beginning, the middle, or the end. And the only horse to show any fraction improvement was Indy Bay, showing a little bit faster second quarter last time out. The 1 and the 4 are moving up in class. Everybody else kind of hanging still. Our race shape here, Terry, we see that one horse wants to be on the front, the 5, but doesn't project to be out there according to our early pace numbers. Instead, we see the 2 and the 3. So we get a couple of left arrow horses in there, Terry, the 2 of which has a pretty strong C-zone.
Sure does, but the 5 also has a good C-zone, so it'd be very comfortable in this race.
As far as the jockeys and trainers are concerned, Terry, what do you see there?
Well, the 2 shows the best jockey according to the data. The 4 shows the best trainer, but I think the 2 is the best jockey-trainer combination.
And for race number 3, Terry, only 5 horses. Our friend Stephen Fielder said take the horse with the longest odds. It looked like might be the 5 horse there, Terry, and does have a chance with that early pace, high C-zone. Did it make your picks?
Well, let's take a look and see if it did. So I like in this race, it's my first alternate. I like the 4 Indy Bay. She finished in the money in 5 career starts, winning 3 of the starts. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then the Echo Sound, the 3, has won 4 races out of 5 career starts. Her best start speed is fast among today's starters, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then Beauty Reigns, the 1 is my third choice. She ran 3rd in her last race. Her best start speed is fast among today's starters. She's actually tied with Echo Sound, the 3. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey and a bullet workout of 3 furlongs on June 29th. Holly Grove, my long shot, the 2, finished 3rd in her last race. Her early speed running style helps her chances. She has a high percentage winning jockey. No bets for me in this race.
I like the 4 horse in here. Again, India Bay. I'm going to go ahead and put $25 to win. I know I missed on that first one, but I'm trying a couple of new things in here today. So let's see how they work out. Came flying last and should benefit from the race shape here, I feel like, today. Number 3, Echo Sound is my second choice, fastest last out speed figure, and fits perfectly on paper. Number 1, Beauty Reigns, consistent effort, very good workouts, getting ready for today. And then Holly Grove, tactical speed and a chance to sit for a perfect trip. I'm going to put $25 to win on the 4 horse. That one would be, if I had a best bet of the day, that would fall under that category. Hold on a second. I gotta tell you what this is over here for the second pick 4 of the day. Tomorrow's the 4th of July. As everybody knows, in the United States, there won't be a Foreign Friday, I don't suspect. Terry and I will be back next Monday and Tuesday for Parks. Not quite sure what will be on the schedule for Wednesday. Thursday, we'll be back at Saratoga again. Any day Saratoga's running when we're live, we'll make that the part of the show. To make sure you don't miss any of that, Terry, what's the smartest thing to do?
Well, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel and go ahead and hit the bell so that it notifies you about when the programs are coming up and what tracks we're going to be looking at. And then go ahead and copy the link below that and share it with all your friends, neighbors, relatives, everybody you know, so that you can get them to come take a look at us. I know they're going to like what they see. Then follow us on YouTube and also X, Facebook, Instagram, and then
all of them, TikTok,
all of them, yeah, Threads, Blue Sky, and give us a thumbs up at Horse Race, the number 2 day, and also a like, and then keep these comments coming during the show as we like to see them. And Terry's best bet will be coming out around the 7th race.
All right, so race number 4, what's that all about?
Okay, so race number 4 is going to go to 6.5 furlongs, and it's going to be a maiden claiming race, $20,000 claiming price, $38,000 purse for maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
So in race number 4, it's 6.5 furlongs again. Should favor inside speed, Terry. I did mess up my profile of the winners, but we'll get that corrected next week. So we know that speed can do well at Saratoga, and looks like this race could be hotly contested when the gates open.
Yeah, they all, almost all of them show some speed, and they're pretty close. But the 2 best are the 3 and the 4, according to the data.
We also see the 3 and the 4 at the top of the early pace list. If you like horses that come from off the pace, looks like 3 pretty strong closers in there, the 5, the 7, and the 8. So far, Terry, none have hit par, and only 1 has come close.
Yeah, the 6 get within 2 or 3 points of equaling or exceeding the speed number of 82. And as far as you can take a look here, there's only 2 horses, according to the data, that could do it today, and that's the 2 and the 6.
Yeah, race shape, we got a couple that want to co-pilot a trio, a couple that want to close. The 4 and 6 have not been within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line so far, Mr. Terry. So looking at this race, a couple things I would maybe want to focus on. Horses that improved. The 2 horse improved its pace and its fractions, some better fractions from Stirred Up. We see Going for Glory, a little better early pace, better late pace, better fractions. So looking at that, Terry, maybe we look for one of those horses that's going to get a good race shape, and it looks like the 2 fits there.
Sorry.
Yes, yeah, it's okay. Yes, the 2 horse does fit there. Chocolate. It does have the top C-zone score along with the 6. All right, Terry, as far as trainers and jockeys, where would you look?
Okay, well, you can look at the 8 as the best jockey, and the 8 is the best trainer. So that's probably the best jockey-trainer combination.
Yes, and the 8 fitting into our top 4 total pace horses, where 70% of winners are found. 7, 5, 3, and 8 in that group. Who are in your group for the beginning of the second of 3 pick 4s?
Well, I like the 7 Ragtime Sizzle. She finished 3rd versus Tougher in her last race. Her early speed running style helps her chances. So the shorter distance will help, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then the 3 Stirred Up ran 2nd in her last race as a favorite, and she has a high percentage winning trainer, though, who brings back a beaten favorite again and wins 24% of the time. And she has a high percentage winning jockey, Chocolate, 8 Chocolate, number 2. She ran 2nd in her last race. Her best dirt speed is fast among today's starters, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. That's my 3rd choice. My long shot, Candy is Dandy. Can improve while returning to dirt. Drops in class today, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. 2nd pick 4. Miami Vice, Don Johnson, 3-7 with the 1-3-5-7 with the 2-3-7-9 with the 3-5-7. That's a $48 ticket.
I'm going to go with the 7 horse in here, Ragtime Sizzle. This horse has the best sprint figures in the field. Terry gets an outside draw. Number 5, Going for Glory, a little bit of a long shot, flash some ability off of troubled trips. Number 2, Chocolate has run well when it's faced similar spots. And number 3, Stirred Up. This one should be able to be involved in the early pace and held decently. I'm going to do a pick 4, 2-5-7, 1-4-5-7, 2-3-4-9, and 3 and 7 for my selections in race number 4. Let's move on to race number 5. It's an 11 race card today, Terry. No stealing for me today.
That's right. The 6.5 furlongs in this 5th race, claiming race of $32,000 claiming price. Purse is $63,000. It's for fillies, 3-year-olds.
Yes, indeed. And as we mentioned, 6.5 furlongs, probably going to favor some early speed in there. So be careful for that. And let's take a look at our smart sheets to see which horses have the best chance to get to the lead in the 5th race.
Yes. As you can see there, it's really a who knows, because all of them have pretty much quite a bit of speed. At least they're very close to one another. So it's a who knows race on who's going to get there as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, according to early pace, it does look like, it's going to be pretty hot. Maybe the 1 horse is the one that you'd want to leave out there. We see Last Mongo has a 7-point last race speed figure. Also, 7-point late speed advantage over the rest of the field. Looks like he won't be too far off the pace here, Terry. 1 of 2 horses that are moving up a little bit in class. Everybody else coming down in class. All of them, Terry, coming close to, if not topping par so far.
That's right. You can see there that the 1, 3, and 5 actually equaled or exceeded the speed par number in the past, but the other 4 horses have come within 3 points or 2 points of doing that. And then today, you can see that all of them but the 2 and the 4 have a chance to either equal or exceed the speed par number for today's race.
Now, this race could favor speed horses. Everybody wants to be middle back. 3 and the 4 are your E-types. Looks like the Ukrainian flag that we see dominating so many people's social media sites. Of those 2, it looks like the 4 might get the best trip, though. It's going to have to work to get to the lead. Our top 4 total pace, 1, 2, 4, and 5. Terry, who are your top 4 picks?
Okay, well, I like in this 5th race, I like the one, Sassy Shenanigans. She finished in the money in 4 races out of 5 career starts. Winning one of the starts, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Last Mango, the 5 is second choice, won 2 races out of her 4 career starts. She has a high percentage winning jockey who is Irad Ortiz Jr. Then I like the 3 as my third choice, finished in the money 3 out of her last 4 starts, won one of the starts, and has a high percentage winning trainer. Number 7, Miss America Pie. She has finished the money in 2 races out of her 4 career starts, winning one of those, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. She's my long shot. No additional bets for me here.
I think Miss American Pie should get a perfect stalking trip today. Number 5, Last Mongo, or is it Mango? I don't know. Legit early speeds. Does have some good recent speed figures as well. As we pointed out, does have that 7-point last race advantage. Sassy Shenanigans. That's your morning line favorite. Dangerous rail speed with solid workouts. And then number 4, Lollipops, has shown the ability to stalk and then pounce. Mr. Terry, no bets for me. Race 6 is the mid-race of the card. What is going on in the 6th today, Terry?
We're going to shorten up to 5.5 furlongs. It's a maiden race, $90,000 purse for maidens, fillies, 2-year-olds, restricted.
Yes, so this is a maiden special weight race, Terry. I think only one horse has any experience. Yes, we see the 3-horse Birch Run. So when we see this, everybody in here has knows, Terry. The 3-horse Birch Run, not showing a second race par ability. In these cases, we usually want to take a look at the first-timer stats in there, Terry. 3 is the maximum score. And then we also want to take a look at these bullet workouts, these back bullets. Gives you a good indication of which horses have a good shot to win. The 8 also has some experience because he didn't finish within 5 lengths. Otherwise, everybody else is out for the first time. Otherwise, any other data doesn't really matter in here, Terry. So the only thing that'll matter in this race is who do you think is going to win and why?
Okay, well, I like the 2, Iron Orchard. She is a first-time starter whose dams has 1 winner from 1 starter. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey and a bullet workout, 3 furlongs, June 19th. Birch Run, the 3 is my second choice. She finished 3rd versus similar in her only start, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then I like Pan Pan, the 7 is also a first-time starter whose breeding suits today's sprint distance, has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer, and she has a good workout on June 28th at 4 furlongs. And then the number 9 is my long shot, 2x2x2 is a first-time starter whose sire wins 50% of the races with first-time starters. She has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer, and that combo in the last 14 days has been in the money 6 out of 11 starts with 3 wins, a second, and 2/3. No additional bets for me in this race.
Let's just take a look here. I have the Birch Run. Did make that first start, Terry, as you mentioned. So I think you're going to see some improvements in race 2. Also showed that they got some decently bet. Did get off to a slow start. Next up for me is the 9-horse, 2x2x2. It does have that 2.96 out of 3 score. I'm always a fan of that. Next up for me is the 4-horse, Salt Princess. Nice odds on that one with a back bullet workout. You know, I like that too. And then finally, Iron Orchard. That is David Aragona's top choice. The line maker there. You got the 2.95 with the back last workout being a bullet, which is a 15% angle or more, according to Barry Meadows in his book, The Skeptical Handicapper. So we like that. This race probably, though, Terry, quite frankly, fairly wide open, as most maiden special weights are with only 2-year-olds.
Yep.
We're making our way through this hefty card pretty quickly, Terry. So let's talk about race number 7.
Okay, so in race 7, we're going to go at 5.5 furlongs again, but we're going to be on the turf. It's an optional claiming race, $50,000 claiming price. If you elect to put your horse in there to be claimed, such as Fluid says Situation, which is the 1-horse. And the purse is $73,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards, which have started for a claiming price of $40,000 or less since July 3rd, 2024, or a claiming price of $50,000.
Yeah, I do have the profile of a winner, 5.5 furlongs a turn. Usually, despite the sprint route, it does give some edge to horses that come from off the pace, Terry. But, these short sprints, you get out to the lead, you can keep the lead too. So if that's the case, it looks like there's one horse that will dominate the early going.
Yeah, as you can take a look there, that 4 should get out there and go to that quarter pole first, as long as it gets a good break from that starting gate.
So we take a look at these horses hitting par, Terry. Not a problem.
Nope, they all show that they've in the past either equaled or exceeded the speed par number, except for the 4, and the 4 actually came within 3 points or 2 points of doing that.
Yeah, this is another race where just about anybody can win. So maybe the thing we should focus on here is value, Terry. And in the simulation odds versus the morning line odds, which horses might give you a little bit extra bang for your buck?
Well, there's not too many. I only see one. It goes the 9 from 2 to 1 to 10 to 1, and I really don't see any others that may do that.
All right. Well, maybe we should look at which horses will get a trip today that look a lot like their winning performances. So not many over 50%.
No, there's not. You can see there that the 1, the 5 is the only 2 that are really over 50% and be very comfortable in the, pretty comfortable in the race. The rest of them show some percentages, but those are the 2 highest.
All right. Well, let's take a look at our top total pace horses. Again, maybe that's the place to look, or the sim odds, because a lot of times we find winners in those groupings. This race can go a whole lot of different ways, Terry. So which way do you think it's going to go?
Well, in this race here, I like the 3 Chessmaster. She was only beaten, he was only beaten 2 lengths versus Tupper on the dirt in his last start. Drops in class today. Has a highest speed figure at today's distance, and his best turf speed is fast among today's starters. And then I like number 5, Dr. Jeff, finished in the money in 5 races out of his last 8 starts, winning 2 of the starts, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Hilarious Affair, the 7 is my 3rd choice. Can handle the turf, drops in class today, and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Number 8, Cloudy, my long shot, finished 6th in his last race after experiencing trouble during the race. And with the clean trip today, should do much better. And then he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and he can handle the distance. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to start with Chessmaster, the 3 horse, getting some odds in here, Terry. The horse could get out early. Should be tough, especially if it gets the right pace. The 7 horse, Hilarious Affair. This one should be coming at the end and does fit the track bias. Maya Prince. Did that one scratch, Terry? The 6 horse? No, there it was right there. I got that one. Traffic prone, but a talented horse for sure. And then the 1 horse, Fluid Situation. We did see with Fluid Situation, that horse does have a very high C-zone score. So perhaps that puts that horse in contention as well with some decent workouts, and does have a little bit of a sneaky late punch to boot. $25 to win for me on the 3 horse. Last 4 races coming up, Terry, the final of the pick 4s. It's also going to be, it looks like your best bet of the day. So your best bet of the day, what is it running for?
All right. So in this race here, we're going to go to a mile on the inner turf. It's the purse of 150,000, and it's a turf for 3-year-olds.
Yeah, I heard about something about that. I didn't see anything like that. When you get the best, what happened to Terry's best bet? It's right there, Armando. We're in there, coming up right here, right now. I did see something about that in the news, Private Ross, but I haven't had. I guess I read that it was the police officer said the worst or something that they had ever seen. I don't know. I'll read up on it, but in all likelihood, most of those mass shootings around here are gang related. For a mile, Terry, on the inner turf, we do not have any statistics for that one. So we will. Well, it does prove that the rail does tend to hold up okay at that. So fixing to be might do all right there. Late pace usually in these type of routes does well too. So in the 8th race, Terry, let's talk about horses that have a chance to come on at the end.
Yeah, it appears that 7 and 4 show the best chance to come to the end there. So,
And then we see in the early pace right there that it looks like the 5 horse has a good shot.
Yeah, it should get out of that gate and get to that quarter pole pretty quickly.
All right, so we see the 6 horse Play with Fire as a 7-point last race speed figure advantage. The 7 horse here, Terry, a 10-point total pace advantage. So the duel of excess scores. Only 2 horses so far have managed to hit that par number for this race, being 88.
Yeah, that's that 5 and that 6. And then, of course, the 1 and the 2 are what's called maybes, got within 5 points of doing that. The 4 and the 7 have not done that in the past, but during today's race, all but the 4 appear to have a chance to do that, especially the 5 and 6.
If you're looking at this, Terry, bang. Everybody wants to be at the back of the pack. So that 5 horse with that early speed could be dangerous. 6 horse could be in that mix too with that top last race speed figure in there, Terry. So keep an eye out on that. 7, 4, 5, and 6. So those are your top 4 horses here according to our total pace numbers. And who do you think is going to take this one home?
Well, my pick of the day is that 7 horse, Lavender Disaster. She won 2 races out of 3 career starts. She has a high percentage winning trainer, which is Chad Brown, and she has high percentage winning jockey Irad Ortiz Jr. And I like the 6 Played with Fire. She won her last race at Pimlico. Her best turf speed is fast among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Midway Memories, the 4 is my third choice. She won her last race at Aqueduct, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Love and Poetry, the 2 is my long shot. Ran third in her last race, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. The last pick for Miami Vice, 4, 6, 7 with 2, 5, 7, 8 with the 1, 3 with the 1, 5, 8, 13, $48 ticket. I'm going to bet 20 to win, 20 to place number 7, a $10 exacta, 7 on top with 2, 4, 6, and a $5 exacta box, 4, 6, 7. That's it.
Yeah, I have the 6 horse Play with Fire, top last race speed figure, 7 points or better. That makes that horse very dangerous. Lavender Disaster consistently makes some good late runs. Number 5, Classic Q, tactical and well-drawn horse today versus this group. And then number 4, Midway Memories. Terry stretches out with solid pace set up for that one today. 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 7, 1, 3, 9, 5, 7, 8, and 13 for my pick 4 as well. So we got 3 races to go. Again, no Foreign Friday tomorrow, Terry. We'll be back on Monday and Tuesday for Parks. A couple of other up in the air for Wednesday. Thursday for sure we'll be back to Saratoga. Friday, 1,000%, barring some unforeseen circumstances. We'll be back for Foreign Fridays. Don't miss next week because you're not watching, you're not winning, Terry. And what's the best way to watch and win?
You need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's easy to do. It doesn't cost anything. Go ahead and hit the bell so you're notified. Copy the link down below to share with everybody you know. Go to our social sites that are scrolling down below here. At Horse Race, the number 2 day, give us a thumbs up and a like. Keep the comments coming during the show. We like to see them. Helps with our algorithms.
Yeah, indeed. It does help out a lot. So also helps if we can find some winners, Terry. We'll try to do that in race number 9. Pretty succinct conditions for this one.
Yeah, it's a 1 mile and an 1/8. It's a claiming race, $25,000 claiming price, and it's a $58,000 purse for 3-year-olds and upward. So
front runners and inside posts do very well at this 9 furlong distance, Terry. So you got some inside speed in race number 9 that we can focus on?
Well, let's take a look and see if we do. We have in race 9, we have the 5, as you can see here. It has plenty of speed, but the 2's not way far behind. They all show some kind of speed, but I think the 5, if it gets a good break, will get to the quarter pole first.
Yeah, according to our pace numbers, the 1 and maybe the 5, but they all have some pretty interesting numbers in here. So this one could be wide open when the gates open. As far as which horses have hit par, no question there's 3 in there that have done it, a few that have come close. Maybe some value in this race, Terry?
Yeah, there could be. If you take a look at the 2, it's 9-2 to 6-1, and then that 4 is from 7-2 to 9-2, and then I think that's about, well, a
little bit here on he's got this.
Yeah, the 7 got 10-1 to 12-1, and then this 8, I think that's 7-1 to 35-1, is it, or is that 3-5?
3-5. Yeah.
Okay.
Punch up there. Yeah. So they're perfectly balanced race. 4 that want to be forward, 4 that want to be in the middle or the back. Plenty of them with scores over 50%. So this race pretty much can be wide open. Looks like the 4 horse is the only one dropping in class, but everybody else showed some improvement. A high percentage of winners do show improvement in the prior start, so keep an eye out for that. Over here, our top total pace are the 1, the 4, the 7, and the 2. If you like closers, as many people do, 4, 7, 1, 5. Personally, I feel like speed's a little bit better. That's what the bias says as well. Terry, who do you say wins?
I like the 8 Sundays with Sandy. It's a high percentage winning trainer, wins 20% of the races in the first race after claiming a horse, and has a high percentage winning jockey and likes the distance. The 5 Margin of Error finished in the money 58% of the races in his career, and he's won 24% of those races, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. The 2 is my third choice, has finished in the money in 5 races. In his last 5 races, has the highest last speed rating. Bullet Workout on 5 furlongs on June 25th. And then number 7, my long shot, he's got this. He won his last race at Aqueduct, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets in here for me because I am out of money.
Yeah, Margin of Error's got some pretty good pace figures in there, so we'll keep an eye out on that guy. One of a few horses that have found a par ranking in there. Also a good chance to maybe get out to the lead there, Terry. Next up for me is the 7. He Got This. This one has some impressive late speed. So if the speed doesn't win, the closer might come in and take that winner's check. The 1 horse. What is that? From Another Mother. Yes, indeed. Another horse that can be forwardly placed. And when the horse does get out towards the front, it can be very tough. And a maybe horse within 1 point, Terry, with some better early speed and some better fractions last out. Also your top-rated total pace horse. And then finally, the 4 horse, Skylander. That guy can run all day, Terry. No additional bets for me. We move off to race number 10 for the beginning of the very late daily double in an 11-race card. A lot of horses to consider in this one, Terry. But before we consider the horses, we have to consider what they are competing for.
Okay, yeah, it's a 5.5 furlongs on the turf, allowance race, $110,000 purse. And it's for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and upwards, which have never won $20,000 other than maiden claim and starter or state bred allowance, or which have never won 2 races.
Yeah, we'll come back to that in just a minute because race 2 is about to get cooking. So let's go back to race number 2, see what we have here. Race 2. So right now it looks like the favorite is the 6 horse, Equus. He's 7-5. Then somebody got left in the gates there, so hopefully he's not in your pick 4s, folks. Yeah, they're all getting out there running for sure. So right now the 5 horse is on the lead. So no, the 1 horse is not the lead. So, Manquitos, that is our. Tough to tell. I hate these things, Terry, to be honest with you, with these bouncing numbers, what's going where and where. I don't know how these guys do it. Call it up on the screen. So, I mean, I was sat up there with Peter Aiello when I was at Gulfstream Park watching him call a race with the binoculars. It's an amazing talent to be able to take that information and process it right away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
All right. So the 1 and the 1, you got the 5 in that mix as well. At 29-1, the 6 horses up in there too. Equus, the one that the bettors liked, and you got a whole host of horses that are trying to make their way forward right now. It does look to me like that 6 horse is perhaps moving the best of the group. It's coming down around the bend, although the 5 horse on the rail is being pretty stubborn at a long price. Let's see if he can hang in there. For those of you who bet exactas and trifectas, the rest of the horses seem like they're kind of backing out a little bit. The 4 horse might make a move up in here at the end. This looks like the 1 horse. Conquito is going to be your conquistador unless somebody else can find their way to the front in there and catch that guy. Looks like somebody on the outside there are going to make a late run up the sidelines there. I don't know that he's got enough track left to catch that 1 horse. Conquito is going to be your winner. Looks like the 3 horse is going to get himself into second, maybe try to chase him down at the end of the wire, but ain't going to get there. It's going to go 1, and then the 3, 1A 6. And there you go. That is, and then the 4 horse is kind of walking in at the end there. All right, folks. So we're alive on our pick 4s, Mr. Terry, and we got away from the favorite at least. We got 5-2 on that guy. I'm not sure who got more money because the 3 was also 5-2. Let's hope that the 3 took a little bit more money than the 1 and 1A combo, so that the pick 4 can pay a little bit more.
Yep.
All right, race 10. That's on our agenda now for the late daily double. You walk through the particulars for the 10th race already. 5.5 furlongs on turf. 5.5 furlongs on turf. Terry, I would imagine that, again, you'll see a little bit of speed play in. I completely messed up the way I did the profiles of a winner today. I promise you next week we'll get that right. So let's talk about which horses in race number 10 have speed, which ones can close, and we'll talk about some other pertinent data.
All right. So as you can see here, that 6 shows the most speed. Could probably go to that quarter pole first if it gets out of the gate. All right. But the 8 might have something to say about it, as it's the second best according to the data.
Yeah, that's the way they line up here, too, on the total early pace. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that race take that form. If the horses come at the end, a whole bunch of them look like they'll come stampeding at the end of that race there, Terry. A lot of them showing some improvement. We got one class dropper with Beyond Lucky. This race has to offer some value, Terry.
Yeah, it sure does. I'll tell you what. The 1 has about 7-2 to 6-1. And then the 14 is 9-2 to 8-1. Now, those are the 2 that show the most value.
That's not a whole lot of value, is there then? No. So we have some jockey in there has a 0. This is something I have to iron out. Look at all this front-loaded speed in there, Terry. I would expect a horse that has some late speed to have an advantage with everybody getting after it. So looking at these horses in the back half, you got the 3, the 14, the 2, and the 9. 3 has a decent late confidence store there for the C-zone. 14 is okay as well. 2, not so good. The 9 horse. The 9 horse has the best of the bunch in there, Terry. Also rated in our top 4 total picks. Did the 9 make it into your choices?
Yeah, it doesn't appear that the 9 did, but I likes the 3, La Salvadorina.
Mm-hmm.
She finished in the money in 5 races out of her 6-race career. Winning one of the starts, running second versus similar in her last race, and has a high percentage winning jockey. Beyond Lucky, the 1 finished in the money in the last 3 races, winning one of the races. Her best start speed is turf speed is fastest among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. She's my second choice. The 8, my third choice, came in for France and finished 3rd versus similar to her first race in the USA. And then she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. My anticipation, the 2, is my long shot. Won her last race at Aqueduct, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and can go the distance. No additional bets for me here.
3 horse, La Salvadorina, draws well. Very good speed rating last out. Beyond Lucky, can press, can stalk. In a deep field, that can work pretty well. Number 9, Lamorna, sneaky underneath type. And then number 2, my anticipation, improving, and the horse is well-bred for sure. $25 to win for me on the 3. I think that wraps up all of my money for the day. The last race for today, Terry, is the 11th in the opening day at Saratoga. Before we get to the 11th race, just a reminder, free picks today, guaranteed tip sheet for Horseshoe Indianapolis. There is a link in the description below. Kindly use that so they know where you're coming from. Just a few minutes, we'll post our picks. I have some rework to do on mine, so mine may or may not make it in there. At least the numbers will be in there. I don't know about the commentary. I screwed that up a little bit, but you can also hit that HRT gear button right there. Come on over here today, get 20% off. If you like what we've done today, there's a tip jar as well in the link in the description on YouTube. Kindly use that. And again, if you haven't done so already, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, follow us wherever you're watching. That way, when we go live, whether it be at Parks or Horseshoe Indianapolis or Delaware or Saratoga or any of the tracks that we cover, Foreign Fridays, which we go all over the planet, you'll be a part of that show. Race number 10 is the final. Oh, yeah, and race number 11. If you want to take a look at the smart sheets, again, there's a link in the description on YouTube along with the explanation on how to use them. Final race of this week, Terry, is race number 11. The final time this week. What are the conditions?
It's at 1 mile and 16th, and it's on the inner turf. It's a maiden, $100,000 purse. It's the inner turf. up to $17,000 NSBA, whatever that means, for maidens, fillies, mares, and 3-year-olds and upward. So
So I don't really have a much there, but the rail horse can at times do a little bit better, if I recall from years in the past. Saratoga in the 11th race, Terry. Well, no question who's going to have the lead here, it looks like.
yeah, if you take a look there, you're going to see that 10 is going to have the lead. He's got 97%, and hardly anything else in there has any speed at all.
Yeah, indeed. So let's take a look at some of the information here, because you got a lot of horses that are a couple in there making their first time starts, the 1 and the 6. A lot of horses not within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. You got plenty of speed over in here to go along with the 10. The 11 wants to close. So most of these horses are nose, Terry. So it means when you got a lot of nose, you want to pay attention to the yeses. That's the 5 and the 13. So they have shown already they can get to an 82 speed figure to win this race. Outside of that, you want to kind of take a look at the first-time starters. Anybody with a score of 2.5 or over with a bullet, they merit some attention. Prince of Bourbon, 20-1, fits in that. Also, second race parability. Horses that in their first race, this is their second start, have a chance today with typical second race improvement. That would include, it looks like, the 8-horse Cliffs as well as Endorse, both of whom are dropping in class as well. Yeah, well, if I froze Terry, I hope I'm unfrozen by now.
You are.
Yeah, so those are some of the things that you want to look at in horses making their first start, Terry, or second starts, especially in nose and maiden races. Who are your picks?
Okay, well, in this race, the 13 got scratched in. So I like that as my top pick. Endorse. She finished third versus similar on the dirt on her only start. She has the highest last speed rating. Her dam has 3 winners from 4 starters, although none of them were turf winners, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Number 8, Cliffs, finished third versus similar on the dirt in her only start, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. I like 5, Key Actress, finished third versus similar in her last race. Her best turf speed is fast among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And my long shot is the 1, Pinch of Bourbon. She's a first-time starter whose breeding suggests she will like the grass. The rail post is winning 20% clip, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No other bets for me. As I said, I'm out of money.
I'm going to go with the 2 yes horses up top, the Key Actress and Endorse. Both of them have a chance to get the job done today as yes horses. Number 8, Cliffs, very tactical horse, very consistent horse. And then finally, Magnum's Microburst, sneaky back figures for that one. Let's see if it can come through for me today. That's it for the show opener at Saratoga. Here are our picks for the day. In race number 1, Terry, I think the 2-horse one, right? Yeah, ran away from the 5-horse at the end.
Yeah,
the 1-horse took home the prize in race number 2. Here's the way we see the rest of this day, Terry. As for bets, I got 25 to win on the 4 in the upcoming 3rd race. Race number 4 is the second of our Don Johnson pick 4s, so keep an eye out on that. No picks in race 5 for bets. Race 7, going to bet 25 to win on the 3. Race number 8, Terry's best bet, as well as our 3rd and final pick 4. No bets in race number 9. 25 to win on race number 10. And that wraps it up today, Terry, for the opener at Saratoga. A couple of glitches for me, Mr. Terry, but we'll work those out as I'm working on some new stuff to improve everything that we're doing, but a little bit glitchy for today. Any final thoughts from you before we part ways and get ready for the weekend?
Yeah, if you're betting Saratoga today, good luck. Looks like we started out fairly decent, so there you go. A couple of superfectas and trifectas and exactas. And just stay safe, treat people the way you want to be treated, and have a great rest of the weekend. See you on Monday.
Yeah, indeed. We're looking forward to seeing you on Monday, and to make sure that you do catch the show on Monday, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, follow us on all of our social media sites. I promise you new information will be coming forth on all of those channels, as well as mass production of these smart sheets. We're going to get them for every track, and we're even working on some other things right now that enhance the information that we'll be bringing forth to you. No matter what you're doing, until we get back together again for Monday at Parks, I I hope that you enjoy your 4th of July weekend and that everything that you and your family do together ends up with God's grace, God's favor, and all of it, Terry, finds its way to
the winner's circle.
Yes, indeed. We'll see you Monday. Until then, enjoy the 4th. Have a blessed weekend, folks. And let me find that the end button. There it is. Take care.